Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. On this evening, supporters of the trolls by NTL Rivers Dixon's forum promised to support Governor Fubara. INEC dismisses calls to redeploy FCTs to schools as Edo State a wreck on the foreign scene. Suspected attacker of a U.S. president charged with gun crime. I am Kalada Kurubapo. Now the news. The private also anti-buyer refinery connected with the PCL statement claimed that it bought a litre of petrol from Dangote refinery at 898 naira, which has since been refuted by the management of Dangote with no mention of the cost of the petrol. Dr. Ifeanyi spoke to our correspondent, Soibi Owari, on this.
This is, as a person that is in oil and gas, I think the problem happens is you because go to them get the plate naira. What commercial beliefs we are having that Dangote is strictly paying the front and risk.
His suggestion is sold to the Dangote in naira.
So we are thinking by October, when they are getting crude direct on naira, depending on how much Nigerian government, it depends on Nigerian government now, depending on how much Nigerian government will supply them the crude now, that will determine if there will be hope for the masses or not. But we are hopeful that the Nigerian government will be able to make sure that they give them the crude at a reasonable price that will help us with the escalating price.
Dr. Ifeanyi said Nigerians should hold the federal government responsible for the current petrol situation, for failing to put measures in place before removing subsidy. Also speaking, a political is Uche called the NNPCL be transparent.
I think the other government should be transparent and understand that the price of fear affects everything. There's an issue of transparency there that must be clarified, and that is what Nigerians like to know. Are we going to allow market forces to let us know as consumers? It is that transparency that tells where we are. There is a map I saw, which probably came from NNPCL, to either buy from NNPC or buy from Dangote or buy from elsewhere.
Dr. Igwe also questioned the rationale behind NNPCL being the sole and major off-taker of the petrol refined by Dangote refinery.
What we felt was that Dangote refinery will help bring adequate supply, and that will help moderate the price, make the price lower. So if NNPC decides to take all the fuel coming from Dangote, domestic supply from Dangote, what it means that NNPC is the one that is policing the price. Whatever NNPC says will happen. The impact of increased supply that should come from Dangote will not be felt by ordinary Nigerians.
As you may know, the NNPCL says it will sell the petrol litre from the Dangote refinery in Rivers and others in the south, 916 naira a litre, 1,000 naira in the far north, 1,019 naira in Borno State, and 999 naira 22 in Abuja, Sokoto, and 959 in Lagos and its environs. The Coalition of United Political Parties, COP, says the disclosure by the NNPCL that it purchased fuel at 898 naira per litre from the Dangote refinery is unjustifiable considering the absence of tariffs, landing costs and port charges. COP said this in a statement signed by its National Secretary Peter May. COP said the price shows a lack of transparency and alleged continued exploitation of the Nigerian masses. In the meantime, some Port Harcourt residents want President Bola Tinubu to fast-track the fixing of moribund refineries in the country. In an interview with our correspondent, residents say they believe that only government-owned refineries can address the high cost of fuel. They also spoke on the controversial pricing of the fuel and making NNPCL the sole off-taker of petrol from the refinery.
If Dangote finish the final 70 normal finish and us to counsel us for us to back us by. Now our leaders are them our if them first bring to the normal price where and before everything in this country go normalize.
Therefore, once like that, even sell it no go pass on there.
If they can allow Dangote to sell it to free station people direct, everything will come down.
Without this our refinery, Port Harcourt refinery doing work, nothing. Me I put hope that Dangote refinery they will sell to us about 230, but now they hear 800 and something. What is the need? Let the president do something.
NNPC will be saying their own, Dangote will be saying their own. Which one are we going to believe? During military, our refinery were working, but now nothing again. Nobody saying anything, and one person single-handedly build refinery. Now to even make the thing easier for people, now it's a problem for them.
In other news, the spokesman of the Atiku Kowa 2023 Presidential Campaign Council in Rivers State, Lelonu Wimbubasa, says is optimistic that the PDP Governors Forum will keep to its promise to stand with Governor Fubara, who controls the party in the state. Dr. Nwimbu Basa said this during an interview with correspondent Soibu Uwari. He said if the PDP Governors Forum stands its ground, the decision of NWC will be rejected.
The highest decision-making body of the party is the NEC, and you know that the composition of the NEC is wider and bigger. Said it is a fight that will continue. We want to see that the PDP governors will make true their decision commitment to the governor of Rivers State and for the people of Rivers State. That if that commitment is made good, I can tell you that at NEC, whatever has been done will be revisited, and of course, our party and the structure of our party come back to seeing who should be heading the party.
The PDP stakeholders also spoke on the reason why the party shifted the date of its next meeting.
And by shifting so that they cannot quickly lose action. It saying means that they know they are on pass, and so they take the justice. Please know that justice delay, not justice denied. Rumors of it in under leadership of the governors as we continue to push for justice on it and tell it.
Recall the National Working Committee of the party at the report endorsement of Congress is held in the state to sheet the next meeting of the party should be of September or to 20th of October was expected to take place. All Congress is held by the state chapters of the party. A battle of the Pacific Party in the state in Chukwuemeka said on true acting Parliament the Ms. looked at the United States weekend. So Nigerian for money Mr. Office of PDP Chinese beer that of Mr. in Mr. Weekend or the party county.
Was not given to who was not to the issue of this is why I am there. You can't say that the national chairman of is the minister. Acting as chairman, the woman, but so is LCT to the national chairman. Without a president, people are all resident in the number. So coming to the there. This issue of working with it. How can we get them with their government?
The Independent National Electoral says it will not yield from the PDP deployed Residential Commission Anub Honor, which is second to the Rotimi Committee said the Resident Electoral Commission will be deployed. And our PDP to focus on the process and rather than focusing on the Resident Commission. We'll go for a this Mary Proud State. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back now to the rest of the newscast. The Eche Ethnic Supreme Council of Traditional Rulers and Chiefs has condemned the purported radio announcement made by Sylvanus Amefule declaring open the New Yam Cultural Festival of the Osusu clan. In that announcement, herself as the Ishia Guru of Osusu clan. The Supreme Council, in a statement signed by its General Secretary Ezekiah Wamegbulem, clarified it is on electorate Guru of the clan remains His Royal Highness Eze Josiah E. Wagu until the court says otherwise. The statement further warned that anyone or group of persons misinforming the public to desist forthwith and urged the public to disregard the purported announcement. The document cited by correspondent Sylvan Samafule and 3 others took Eze Josiah Wangu and 2 others to court over who is the Onye Ishia Guru of Ozuzu clan in 2019. The court is yet to give judgment on the matter. When contacted, Chief Sylvanus Amefule said he was coronated by his people as the Onye Ishia Guru of Ozuzu clan. He also confirmed that the court is yet to decide on the matter. A Port Harcourt-based Muslim cleric, Nasser Uhor, has asked Muslims occupying leadership positions in the country to apply the conduct given by the Prophet Muhammad in their leadership position. Mr. Uhor said if Muslim leaders apply the incorruptible code of conduct, Nigerians will not be impoverished as they are today. The Muslim cleric spoke with our correspondent on the occasion of the celebration of Eid al-Maulud.
The reason Nigeria is where it is today is because we, the Muslims, have abandoned our code of conduct given to us, the Holy Quran and the Sunnah of the Holy Prophet. That is why we behave anyhow. That is why people under our authority are suffering. If we are able to apply just 60% of the leadership qualities of the Holy Prophet, Nigeria would have been far advanced. There would be no hunger, there would be no security, Nigerians would have been content and prosperous and happy people because we have unpolluted code of conduct document.
So Nasser also reminded Muslims of the best ways to mark the birth of Prophet Muhammad.
He never celebrated birthday the way we celebrate it today. Rather, he marked birthday and did by giving us more to prayers, everything that is good. If he was doing one good deed before, he multiplies it. He said more supplications and more praises to God. In fact, he also fasted on that day to please Allah the Almighty. And if we are to obey Allah stated in the Holy Quran, then we should follow his own example.
President Bola Tinubu assured the displaced persons in Maiduguri that his government will support them. President Tinubu said this during his visit to Maiduguri to commiserate with the government and people of the state over the recent flood disaster. The National Emergency Management Agency said nearly half measured water, leading to the town's worst flooding in 30 years. Now let's take a look at the international scene.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
The suspected gunman in the apparent assassination attempt of former U.S. President Donald Trump has appeared before a court in Florida. 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Rhodes is charged with federal gun crimes, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of a firearm with an obstructed serial number. Trump was unharmed after being rushed to safety. It is the second apparent attempt on his life in 2 months. A recap on the news this evening. You heard stakeholders in Rivers State have reacted to the price of Dangote refinery petrol as announced by the NNPCL. A chieftain of the PDP in Rivers State, Lelonu Wimbubasa, said he's optimistic that the party's Governors Forum will keep to its promise to support Governor Fubara to reclaim the leadership of the PDP in the state. INEC has dismissed calls to redeploy FCT ministers causing as Edo State wreck. On the foreign scene, the man suspected to have attempted an attack on former U.S. President Donald Trump has been charged with gun crime. The news was edited by Oyinka Chiwonsu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Khalad Kurubatipo. Good evening.